Right then, for this video you're going to need a pair of pliers, a sharp knife, something small like you could use a tent peg, a small screwdriver. This is a small needle file I'm using, a blowtorch, but you can actually do this inside. I have using the gas cooker, or you can use a gas camping stove, a piece of wood, or a plate. And what you're going to make today is a shotgun cartridge matchbox. So if I can take a picture, there we go. So I showed you how to make these the other day, so check out that video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. What we're going to make today is one of these. This is the shotgun cartridge matchbox. Can be waterproof, just like these. And I'll show you about, it's exactly the same what I said about these, making the cap a tight fit you do to these if it's loose. I've only got a couple attempts at this because I don't have any more cartridges and I no longer have shotguns. I gave up due to health reasons. I gave up shooting. So, right, that's the other thing. You're probably going to be asking me, where do I get shotgun cartridges from? Well, ask around. There might be a neighbour who shoots. There might be a friend of a friend. Put it on Facebook that you want some empty cartridges. Advice for you. Okay? There's cartridges and there's cartridges. There's ones like this, which have a long metal collar. Get the camera to focus. Tap the screen. I should try and tap it while I'm holding the cartridge. Come on, focus on that cartridge. There we go. Isn't it magic when it works? So there's some with a long collar like this, and there's some with a collar which is only halfway up. You want the long collar ones. They work the best. Okay? So, yeah, stick it on Facebook. Any friends with, can get me some empty ones. Or, if you don't have any friends, I feel sorry for you. I mean, if you don't have any friends who shoot, look up your local playground and send them a message. Say, hey, I'm making some crafts. Is there any chance I can come up and collect a few cartridges? Because they normally just chuck these into a massive skip. Some places do try and recycle them now, recycle the plastics and metals and things like that. But I'm sure you'd be able to get some. Okay, so let me get the phone set up in the stand and we'll show you what to do. Okay, back again. So, first thing we want to do is we want to prepare the main body of our matchbox. So, we're going to take our sharp knife. Okay. So this is more a 511, one of the limited edition ones. I think I got this one last year at the Bushcraft Show. Carbon blade. So, yeah, it's a nice little knife. Anyway, right. What you want to do, you can see a line here where the cartridge would have been originally crimped in to hold all that shot inside there. We want to cut literally along that line. The way I do it, some people might want to try and cut through like that. The way I do it is a bit like trying to peel a potato. So I'm going to start the knife at an angle. You can see there, look. Like that. And just spiral it down till I reach that length, that mark that I'm talking about, that line. And once I've reached that line, I'll just angle the knife slightly so that I stay on that line, and basically I end up cutting it level. Now don't worry, hang on, I'm just going to drop this onto the bench so it doesn't drop on the floor. There we go. Right, you can probably see that's not level. Don't panic, it's easy to sort out. Place your knife on the lowest part try and do this, and then using your eyes is the best level you've got, is take that high bit off. It might be that you just peel it a bit at a time. I'm just trying to drop this onto the bench now, so I don't have bits of plastic all over. Okay, so that's not too bad. If you want to, very, very carefully, I mean it's okay how it is, but if you want to, very, very carefully, you can go around and put a bevel on there, so it's not quite as rough, but that's okay. You know, it's not 100%, you can just take little bits off, you know. Oh, sorry. Just take little bits off where we spin it round and you think, oh, it's a bit high there. You can just take that off, okay? And that's looking pretty good. So, knife away. Reason why, if you go to a playground and you get plenty, or if your friends give you plenty, you can make these for other friends. They don't have to just have matches in them. You could put tablets in them if you wanted to. If you got different colours, you could have salt and pepper, you know, for campfire cooking. So all sorts of different ideas for you. But when I say get more than one, sometimes when heating these up, because you need to heat this up next, the primer, the old primer, can drop out. If that happens, well, it's just easier just to grab another one and start again. If it's the only one you've got because you found these in the field, then you could glue that primer back in if you had to, okay? So although I've put the knife away, we actually need the knife back out again, okay? What I'm going to do now is open up my vise slightly. In fact, I might as well clamp this piece of wood in here. Just clamp it up. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop this off. I don't want that, because what we're going to make next is the lid. Now this is a very, very sharp knife, so I'm being very, very careful. Probably that's the best way. You're all going to be going, don't hold it like that, you're going to slip and slice your hand. You're right. Hold it this way. Okay. And being careful, obviously, not to slip with the knife. And obviously, I don't want the knife to come into contact with that metal collar, because it's going to ruin my really nice sharp knife. There we go. And that drops on the floor, and I didn't want it to do that. Hey, you can see I love my Bushcraft Show t-shirts. Right, okay, so we've got this. Now we can put the knife away for a minute. Right, knife away. Next, we want the blowtorch, okay? Because we're using the blowtorch inside, you can use your gas cooker. And this is where your pliers come in. Alright, oh, the handles have got twisted on these. Not to worry. Okay, so we're going to get the blowtorch going. Oh, one thing else, of course, we need for the blowtorch, we need something to light it with. I could, hey, let's do it this way. Instead of going and grabbing a lighter, let's use our copper shotgun cartridge matchbox to light our blowtorch. Okay, so when we've got the blowtorch going, because it might be noisy, we're going to clamp that up into the jaws of the pliers. I might have some better pliers. Let me just have a look. That will actually hold it better. Let's have a look at these ones. There we go. They hold it a lot better in the jaws, as these ones don't open up enough and it could slip and drop. So I'll use these ones will be better. Right, pop those away in this tool chest. Okay, so we're going to heat this up, and the reason why you want a piece of wood or a plate is when it's hot, it's going to melt, and we want to tease it out of there and drop it onto something, because it's going to be red hot. Okay, so we can drop it on a plate if you're doing it in the house, or on a piece of wood if you're in the shed and you don't want it dropping all over the place. So that's what I'm going to do next. Right, so let's get this blowtorch lit. Take our lid off our matchbox. So Get the paper out, give it a tap. There we go, got our match. Just got to tease that paper out now. There we go, I've got my paper. Try and shield that to get it to burn up that match a bit better before I introduce it to the blowtorch. There we go. I always put the flame going in that way. You might want to heat it up from there. Sometimes you're lucky and these go a nice blue colour. See, straight away it's melting inwards. But it's that white plastic at the back that takes a little bit more melting. The plastic will also catch fire. There we go, it's coming out now. Oh. Started to cool, so it's stuck back in a bit. See that in there, it's coming out. Okay, so that's cleaned out now, you can see, compared to the one we just cut open. You can see all the plastic in there. So we want to let this cool now. So place this on the edge of here and leave it for a couple of minutes. Put the blowtorch out the way where you're not going to catch yourself. Okay, so we can put our piece of paper back in our matchbox tub. So it's back in there. Lid back on. Now when you do this to this size, it's literally about the length of the match, so you can get the paper a bit easier. This copper pipe I think was already pre-cut to this length, and I thought, well, that'll give me enough room. So if I did want to take the matches out and use it to keep something else in a little bit longer, I can do. As you can see, the height difference there, look. I've always let these naturally cool, as opposed to quenching them in water. A couple of times I've found when quenching them in water that primer in the middle, because they cool at different temperatures, it can fall out at that time. So I'll let it all cool together. I can feel the sun is now grabbing. The sun is now grabbing. It's because I'm thinking about grabbing it. The sun is now heating the roof up on the garage. It's getting quite warm. Now, of course, I've just gone and grabbed a pair of snipe nose pliers. You don't need these because you can take the time and do this. Obviously, I want this video done for you guys. So all I'm doing is picking that up and I'm going to waft it about just to get it to cool down a bit quicker than just sat there, okay? Because I want to get this video done for you guys. But at home, you can put it on something metal, which is obviously cold. It's going to suck that heat out of there. On some concrete, something like that. Obviously, out the sun's going to help because it's become a really nice sunny day again. So, okay, that's cold to touch now. That's safe to touch. Okay, so put those pliers back in there. Of course, you can give this a little rub. There's some bits of molten plastic that's stuck onto here. This is what I mean. Sometimes you can get a really nice colouring when doing this. You can get all sorts of blues and golds and everything. But this black stuff here, burnt plastic, you can see it's cleaning off on my fingernail, so it will clean off. Nice goldy pattern on there. Just get that blackness cleaned off. So the cartridge that we've cut, if we now take the lid and put it on, if you can hear that, that's not too bad. Now I'll show you the way to make it fit a bit tighter, just like with the copper ones the other day. But if you want to make this more watertight, get a little candle, rub some wax around there and then put that on, okay? But I'd have this just slightly tighter. So I'll show you how to do that. Now you can use your file that you've got, or your screwdriver, or your temp peg, and you put it inside, just like I showed you the other day, and see how I'm pushing on that edge, and I go around twice, okay? You might be able to see it's just slightly stretch the plastic out like that, okay? Woo! So now you can see I'm trying to put that cap on and it doesn't want to go on. Don't worry, this is perfect, unless you've done it too much. So then with my thumb I just tease that plastic into there, and now I've got a really tight fit. Yeah, that is not going to fall off. If I load that up with lead, shake it up and down, that's not going to really want to fall off. And I'll tell you another reason why. Let's bring you up here. There we go. Get to see my pretty face. I'll tell you another reason why it won't want to come off is suction. Because when you've pressed it in, that air pressure is squeezed out around here. So now it's it's like that. And especially if you put some wax around it, it's gonna be even better. So that's how to make a shotgun cartridge matchbox. Okay, so thanks for watching Simon Outdoors. Hi guys, back again. Yeah, the t-shirt's changed colour. I've actually changed my t-shirt because after doing that video in the garage, I came in, had a sausage sandwich with some nice tomato sauce, and of course, straight down the shirt it went. Oh, okay. Anyway, enough about sausages. Right, if you haven't got a blowtorch, you haven't got a gas stove at home, and you haven't got a camping stove, don't worry, you can still make these just like I have. Okay, prepare everything exactly the same, And when it comes to melting that cap out, if you do this and you take it with you camping, throw them in the campfire. Throw those end caps you're going to make in the campfire, okay? The fire will burn them out. You'll still get some that go a lovely colour. And then when you can see that the plastic is all melted out and burnt out, tease them out the fire with a stick, allow them to cool, and you can carry on making them the same way. I've done these, like I say, at a campfire, and then you don't need the pliers to hold the cap, what's going to be the cap. You don't need a file, a tent peg, or a screwdriver to tease the plastic out, because it will just fall out into the fire. All you need is your knife, and that's it. Now, if you do this camping, while you're camping, is a bit of a project to do if you've gone out for an overnight camp. Oh, I'm going to make some matchboxes. You can just use a stick to stretch that plastic around like I showed you. Okay? So, I hope this helps. Take care. Stay safe, everybody. Please give this video a thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Yeah. And subscribe for more videos. Take care, and I'll see you soon.